that was a good countdown right there. Yo. Welcome to the 317 Sports Project with Penn Pops. I'm Penn.
I am Pops.
Yes, he is indeed. Your favorite sports and news talk show is back. It is March 21st, I believe. 2023 or the 22nd? I can't know. I do drugs. 21st?
21st.
It is March 21st, 2023, which means this episode will air on March 24th, this Friday, 2023. We will see you then. Episode 25 entitled Busted Brackets, my ninja. Busted. Everybody. This has got to be the craziest one yet, tourney-wise. We'll get into it, but
yeah, because we actually forgot to do like we were kind of in between episodes. It was kind of weird, the timing, because we forgot to do like our bracket and then do the busted part like in
100%.
Pick, so.
I didn't even fill out a bracket, quite truthfully. I knew it was going to be a problem.
I did a few on ESPN, but we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. But zero perfect, speaking of which, that's a good segue. Zero perfect brackets remain on ESPN.com.
Zero perfect brackets.
There are 0. 2 number 1 seats are out. This dude is all the way on one. And it is all the way March, baby. It is madness. What an awesome few weeks of sports it has been, my ninja. USA baseball was in the finals, I believe, right? That's coming up. MMA, Usman versus Edwards 3 went the distance. Edwards won, retaining his welterweight title. I think they were talking about Masvidal. Jorge may get that, may come up and get that because he said Kobe does not deserve it. Women's and men's March Madness, crazy ass tournaments all around. XL football, still haven't seen a freaking game.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since the first weekend.
You know what? Like, I saw that it was on. I guess I saw like 3 plays.
Yeah.
I saw that it was on, and it just, my answer is no.
It's not the same.
My answer is no. Yeah. So, XL football, still haven't seen the game, and NBA's winding down. Eastern Conference is very much up for grabs. Philly, Boston, and Milwaukee within a game and a half, or a game, I believe. Major League Baseball's gearing up. NHL is popping. It's one of the most wonderful times of the year. I think fall trumps it, but I think it's just very. What do you think, bro? What's the best? What's right? Is it springtime early or is it late fall?
It's a different energy with fall sports. I think fall in general gives you that like, ooh, my clothing's about to be on point.
Fire scarf game all day.
Football starting.
My clothing, my clothes. Bro.
My fall clothing's my best clothing I got.
It's not even close.
Like not even close. It's not even close. I got like it's hoodie, but I have to put on a coat.
No doubt.
I can throw on a scarf.
Throw these chinos are crazy. Like it just gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
Mad coats. Like it's ridiculous.
I have nothing like during the spring and summer that
different
like,
colored t-shirts.
Right. That's it. Graphic designs. Should I wear this one or the other one? Am I going blue or green? Oh, green. I haven't worn green in a while. So, but I do wear a lot of blue. So.
Blue jeans, blue shorts, blue jean shorts.
Yeah,
for sure. It's pretty basic out here.
I'm gonna go fall in general. Like
nothing like that Saturday.
Chocolate.
Nothing like that Saturday nap on a football game. That Saturday nap in between, like that 3:30 game when you wake up and it's the third quarter and it just smells good outside. It feels like football. There's nothing like it, bro. Nothing like it. Mike checks, bro. What the hell's going on with you?
I was on vacation. Yeah. I went down to Florida.
Florida. Shouts to Tiki. Shouts to Mom. Love you, boo-boo.
Some stuff happened, though. So sadly, I'll go and give a shout out to the Cosby family. We lost Robbie, the mom, who I call my other mom, one of my other moms. We lost her on Wednesday morning, so that was tough to find that out while being on vacation.
For sure.
Known them since, I've known Ben since 3rd grade, so that was rough, but hey, glad we got the time that we did have with her. That's the best part about that. We got to have time with one of the best people around for at least a little while. So,
shouts to you, Robbie.
Shouts to Robbie.
The fight and the pain is over.
Yes.
Pancreatic cancer is real, so the fight is over, which is beautiful.
So much love to them, and that's really all I got. This was my first day back from vacation at work, and we all know what that means: emails and catch up, and
we're not going to talk about it. It's a lot. He said he had 150 emails that he did not get back to today. No voicemails though.
No voicemails. That was the weirdest thing. Normally I got like at least 10 voicemails. We're getting gone for almost a week and a half. I had no voicemails, but a lot of emails, and hey guys, I'll get to you at some point.
This bullet is tasty. I can't front. That was my first sip of what's in there. And
I haven't had bullet in a while.
I'm having a really good time.
I've been on a Buffalo Trace kick for a while.
Ooh,
and that's nice. It's a nice change of pace because kind of similar.
Yep, but not exactly. You can definitely tell.
Yeah.
I'm goody, man. I feel super duper blessed. I truly do. This weekend was a lot of me time. I took myself out for a drink and had a cocktail at the bottle shop on Saturday. Just had was like, F it, I'm gonna go. Went to March Madness, got to see Marquette and Michigan State, got to see Florida Atlantic and Fairleigh Dickinson, pretty much courtside. But the best part of that experience was getting to see the city through other people's perspective. It was really cool seeing like Michigan State and Marquette fans taking pictures by the arch next to Boston across from the stadium and that big ass grass field, the grassy knoll, and like taking pictures outside a Nationwide arena. Like, I was like, oh shit, you guys really mess with this city. Like, Columbus is dope. So it gave me a cool perspective through their eyes. I went to Boston's for the first time. That sports bar is right across the street. I've never even been in there. So it's like, get your life together, Brian. There's some dope shit downtown. So big ups to that. And I also ran 7 miles today, which...
I saw that.
Bro.
Yeah, that had to feel nice.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I haven't run 7 miles. I haven't run past 5 miles probably in like 2.5, 3 years because of my knee and just fear, whatever the case may be. But I was out there and at mile 3.5, 4, I was like...
I still feel really
The goal was 5. And I was like, exactly. At 4, I was like, oh shit.
I feel 2.
I
feel
have 2 more in me.
Right. Like,
and
I feel like I'm at mile 2, but I'm on 4.
Right.
Yeah.
So then after mile 6, I was like, fuck it. Let's bang
do
out.
one more.
We're going for this 7th mile. So we did 7 miles today.
7 miles.
No doubt. Pain free, feel good, iced, and did the Tim's treatment when I got home, bro. Like, we're in there.
Smoked a J.
Definitely smoked. You know your boy smoked a J for sure.
Yeah.
Got a gummy right here about to take.
Right here.
Got your pen that we're utilizing right now. We're in there, bro.
There you go.
I feel great. So thank you. Big ups to you. Love you so much as always. And I gave you a shout out 317, which I didn't even know. I gave you that shout out flowers on Friday. Mm-hmm. I had no idea that it was even 317 day until Megan Hall retweeted our thing. I planned to give you flowers that whole time, and then it ended up being 317 day.
Yeah.
That was literally beautiful.
Yeah. Symmetry.
Sometimes it's just serendipitous. Symmetric.
Yeah.
Shout outs. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Tom Hankins and the 4-Way Mad Ants. The only reason I'm laughing is because of our experience on the way to, during the game, and on the way back from the game. I'm not laughing at the fact that Coach hooked us up with the tickets. We had a great time. But they were losing 77-47 at halftime.
Yeah.
They were down 30 at halftime. We did get to see the homie Indy. We love you, sis. Big ups to you. Big ups to Ryan. Big ups to Deck as always. But they were losing 77-47 at halftime.
Yeah.
We couldn't stay.
We couldn't stay because we live an hour and a half from that.
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. I'm sorry.
2 hours. 2 hours and 40 minutes to be all the way thorough.
That's why we couldn't stay. It was
fair.
that we could make an educated decision.
It's true.
By going, we'll get home at 10 or midnight.
Driving through the back hills
and that's the issue.
Of Ohio.
We're not on highway roads.
No.
We're on no signal.
That drive to Indy is way different.
No signal, Lima back roads.
So we agree. We agree that that's probably the last time we'll be driving through Barney Rubble's town on the way to the 4-Way Mad Ants game.
Unless y'all got like a 3:00 game.
Unless you have a 3:00 game, or you're like playing at 1:00 at Gamebridge before the 5:00 Pacers game.
I'm in.
I'm all the way in. All the way in. But big ups to you. Thank you so much for the experience. We appreciate you, Coach. The stadium is actually more dope than I thought it was going to be.
It's not what I expected.
It is not.
I was very impressed with it.
It was fire in there.
Yeah.
And speaking of coaches, since it's Women's History Month, I believe, right? Isn't it Women's History Month? Is that still going on, right?
Still March, yeah.
Right? I hate you so much. Still March. Yep, you dick. Dawn Staley, man.
She's sweet.
445 and 177, 0.715 winning percentage. Undefeated right now. Didn't they just win it? They just won it last year, right? And she's undefeated as fudge right now. Like, bro, setting a whole new standard for women's college hoops. Always putting on for her favorite teams, for her favorite coaches, for her favorite players. Speaks out for what's right. She's a legit badass. She's won on every single level. Gold medals, championships, world championships. I mean, she's won on every single level. So, big ups to you, sister. We want to salute you. Women's History Month. Black history always. What you doing, bro?
I'm good.
Okay. You want to take a break? Or you want to go to around the world? Where you at?
Let's do a quick break because I just realized that I don't have an article that I need.
He's over here looking up stuff. So you see that communication? I had to figure out what he was doing if he needed a little chicka. So I guess that means that we will be right back after this quick little doop, doop, doop. The 317 Sports Project with Penn Pops, baby.
Doop, doop, doop.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
We are back with the 317 Sports Project with Penn and Pops. We're about to kick off this in the first, second, third, whatever you want to call it, segment, Around the World.
Around the wizard.
Let's kick it off, baby. What's popping in the corner tonight? First corner shot. Who's
Corner shot.
splashing?
We got Ja
We need a
Morant.
Nerf hoop.
We do.
We need a Nerf hoop.
Do I have one? No, I don't have one anymore.
We're getting a Nerf hoop. We're getting a Nerf hoop and we're putting it up. Probably up. We're going to put it up above there.
I like it.
We're getting a Nerf hoop.
Yeah.
We're getting a Nerf hoop.
All right.
On Amazon ordering that. From the corner.
Ja Morant update.
Yep.
Ja. Coming back this week after his hiatus with the team. Was the hiatus enough? I'm just going to start out by saying
Just
that.
kick it off?
Yeah, just do it.
Hell no.
Nah.
Absolutely not. Nah, Ja. Definitely was not enough. Is there another question off of that, or is that
Do you
it?
think that if they weren't in the position that they are in, that they would have made it longer?
We'll get into that because I actually put that in the bottom. I added that. The answer to your question, no, they're in second place, but we'll get into that.
Colorado police closed the case because they couldn't find any serviceable evidence showing that the gun was actually his and how it got there. Nobody talked.
That's fair. I mean, that's exactly right.
Nobody said nothing.
They should have.
NBA handed Ja an 8-game suspension.
Even though he already had served like 4 or 5.
Correct.
Okay, good talk.
Interview with Jalen Rose. Thoughts?
He sounded very, very coached well.
Yeah.
He sounded extremely coached well. I felt it was lacking authenticity. I felt his publicist and his team were like, you're sitting down with Jalen, who's also been through something similar.
Yeah.
Don't say something stupid. This is what you got to say. And he said, I mean, he probably had a teleprompter behind Jalen's ear and was reading exactly what was on there. What you think?
Same.
Okay.
Yeah, completely the same.
Yeah.
You could. It felt rehearsed.
Feel me?
When he asked I guarantee you the questions. Well, most of those kind of situations, they.
He knew the questions.
Well, here are the questions that we're going to answer and talk about, so you know ahead of time, so we don't surprise you with anything. And that's usually what publicists are for, to screen what questions are going to be asked to their clients or their team or whoever.
That is very well said, bro.
That is literally exactly what they're for. So,
their job.
Hey, because if there isn't one, that person no longer is allowed to interview that team or do whatever. So they screen those to say, hey, what are the things you're going to ask, and they probably asked it ahead of time. Like, Jalen, what do you want to ask? ESPN, what do you want to ask? Send it to me so I can go through and make sure we're getting the right questions.
It's all kind of touche.
Yes.
Taylor Jenkins, not to cut you off, but ahead. Taylor Jenkins and Ja both said that there's a bigger problem. Stephen A., Jay Will, and Kendrick alluded to facts that everybody knows that there's way bigger issues with Ja than just this. So I think it's one of those things that, you can't take him off the court and make him go deal with his mental health, but through my perspective lens, if you really cared about him, you take him off the court and make him go take care of his mental health.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Excerpt that I saw, I made a bad mistake.
Yep.
I can see the image that I painted over myself with my recent mistakes, but in the future, I'm going to show everybody who Ja really is, what I'm about, and change the narrative.
When someone like Robert Sarver or someone like Donald Sterling or someone like Daniel Snyder, like one of those assholes does something and they come out with this like long ass statement that everybody and their mama knows that they didn't write.
Yeah.
It feels like that to me.
I also don't like a lot of people talking to a third person. So when you say who Ja really is, it bugs me.
We gonna come on here and deliver you a Penn and Pops show the way that Penn and Pops are supposed to do it.
Yeah. Like I'm not huge on that. I get both sides of it. As a publicist, I'm kind of, if I'm rehearsing that one, I'm probably saying who I really am. It speaks a little bit more to the public. Then you say who Ja really is. Ja is kind of that persona that you want to get away from because that Ja person has not done well in the media.
Wow.
Now,
that was very well said. Carry on,
the
Keebler.
other side of that,
Get 'em.
for NBA stars, they are their own brand.
Preach.
So Ja is a brand. So talking about Ja in a third person can sometimes be a necessity because you're representing yourself, and if you're going to have your own shoe stuff, your own this, you are the brand. But in this context, this is why I said I would separate the two, because Ja the brand doesn't look really good. So now Ja the person has to be the representative.
That was fire. Everything eloquently stated. I have nothing to add to any of that. Straight fire. You touched and asked. The Grizzlies are now 44-27. They are currently in second place, one game ahead of the Kings. Shout out to Mike Brown, Coach of the Year.
Good for him.
Got to give him the Coach of the Year. So you asked me, would they be rushing him back? Because that's what they're doing. They're rushing him back. Had that not been the case, we both know the answer to that. But I also think that, Nike and blah, 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 whoever else is giving this dude dollars are off trying to get him, on a bigger platform, is trying to get him back. But I think that they're going to be monitoring him and everything that I said and saying that it was coached and all of that stuff. That's just my true perspective. I think that this probably is going to be better for him because they're going to be watching him like a hawk. Like, Ja can't get in trouble in the next month. Like, he literally can't.
Next month and off season.
Off season.
Off season is actually the one thing that I'm worried about. When you think you have more freedom, everyone's watching, John. I think that's the one thing you have to realize.
He's in Memphis too. Memphis is crazy.
Memphis is crazy.
They don't play.
No,
they don't play.
No. And again, you didn't look great holding that gun. So we talked about that last time.
from the wing.
That's what it looked like. Tiger on the prowl amidst more legal action.
Bro, Tiger Woods is a superhero. This dude is a Marvel X-Men superhero. I just need to say that out loud. 11 D12 back surgeries. Yeah. Flipped over a truck. This dude is Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
What is he? Not limitless, but unbreakable. This nigga is unbreakable.
Mr. Glass.
Mr. Straight up, bro. Jesus.
He is playing in the Masters this year, which is the tournament that he knows so well, the course so well. Augusta is his place.
9 lives.
If it's a cat.
Tiger.
Yeah. Calling you 9 lives from now on. You probably are on 9. Just so you know.
At least 8.3, cuz you are dog. You have no room for error. You are Ja Morant.
So he's on 16 majors.
Wow.
15 or 16.
That's crazy.
So what, Jack is 18? 18 majors. Look, 45, 46? How old was Tiger? At whatever age.
47.
47?
Yep.
47. And how competitive golf is now, because nobody fears Tiger the way that they used to fear Tiger, because those young guys learned from Tiger, so they are also very good at golf now. There's no more it's just not the kind of older white guy, unathletic sport anymore.
No, these homies are lifting weights.
Everyone's
these homies
working
are in shape
out. Everyone's
for sure.
doing stuff now. So
Tiger has 15. Jack has 18.
There
just
you go.
So you know.
So 3 away. Now your only chance at winning another major is Augusta, like I said.
That's your spot.
That's your spot. So which is why he's coming back for that. He still looks, first 2.5 rounds, he looks like Tiger. It's that leg wearing out by the fourth round is where you kind of worry about him once he starts limping and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. How much longer do we have them until he officially calls it quits?
I don't know that he'll ever call it quits.
No, because he's already said he wants to go to the senior tour, which everybody was kind of like surprised at because they thought you would just play on the regular tour and be done. But he's already going to go. Like, I mean, he'll go dominate the senior tour.
When does that? When do you get to be? When does senior tour start?
I think 50.
Really?
Yeah.
No, Tiger. You should. No.
You should wait.
You should.
Right?
You gotta wait.
That's like
you
LeBron going and playing right now.
going overseas and hooping.
Averaging 55 points like Dwight Howard is right now. Dwight Howard
LeBron James would average 100 points overseas right now.
Yeah.
You're like, are you kidding me?
Because the other part about that is that technically he's eligible to ride in a cart now. He just doesn't want to because he's prideful.
I can't handle this conversation.
Tour, he's allowed to ride in a cart.
I can't handle this conversation talking about Tiger right now, bro. This thing is getting old. That's what I'm figuring out.
Will Charlie Woods, I have a question here for probably more to myself because I don't know if you've ever watched him play. Is Charlie Woods going to be anything close to his dad?
That's not fair.
I'll say this.
That's not fair.
It's kind of like if Michael Jordan Jr., which he wasn't, was anything.
Or Marcus. You know what I mean? That was my first thought.
If they were at least talented at basketball, which they weren't really, they were okay, but I mean, none of them made it out of college. So he is a very good golfer, but like I said,
does he really? Will he want to?
He'll want to. He's that good. It's the people don't have a fear of other golfers like there used to be. I'll compare MJ and Tiger because you would be scared to be paired up with that person leading up to that tournament. Like, oh shit, I got to be paired with Tiger. Your game's off.
100%.
Right? The same thing with Mario Chalmers saying about LeBron. Nobody fears LeBron. Did you hear that interview? Nobody fears LeBron. We'll talk about that some other time. But it's that same kind of like, I don't go into this going, oh crap, Tiger's playing. Nobody really has that. More people are like, I can't wait to see him play.
Who is feared? Who's feared
on the tour?
Who's feared on the tour?
Nobody.
Okay.
There's better players, but I wouldn't say feared. I think the top 10 golfers, all of them know that they're talented enough to be in the top 10 or win a tournament.
Okay.
They're all that good.
Okay. Are they friendly? Are they all like homies and shit?
Yeah.
Except for the DeChambeau or whatever, the Bray.
Well, he's on the Live Tour now.
Okay. So yeah, they're all like homies.
Exactly.
It's changed. Golf has changed.
Like Tiger hangs out with Justin Thomas. Tiger
hangs out with people now.
Oh yeah.
Tiger he's like he's the new Kobe Bryant. He's all cool now. He's like reborn. Oh, look at Tiger mellowing out at 50, about to get in that damn cart and ride around. That's what's up. Now, so no, I don't think Charlie will ever be like his dad. That's impossible.
Yeah.
Like he'll win a few tournaments, but like you're not gonna go win 15. I get it, but like
he won't win 15. But he's really good.
All right, bet. Speaking of Tiger.
Speaking of riding around, Tiger in a new lawsuit.
Oh, Jesus.
In the middle of 2 lawsuits filed by former girlfriend Erica Herman.
He's getting sued?
Yeah. Basically, let me find
just like Elin. Is
right.
Is that not Elin?
That's Elin because they're talking about Elin.
Oh.
Here we go. Herman is seeking $30 million from the Jupiter Irrevocable Trust as she claims agents for the trust used trickery to get her to leave the house after they broke up. She also claimed an oral tenancy agreement was broken when she was removed from the house. So they had a non-disclosure agreement and all this kind of stuff because she's with Tiger and... Right.
What's the next thing? And...
That's really it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they had a non-disclosure agreement. She didn't like that. And she wants $30 million because they removed her stuff from the crib when they broke up.
That's kind of what I'm getting out of this.
That's a breakup.
Yeah.
I'm not paying you $30 million until we broke up.
Yeah. I have people to get you out.
And we had an oral agreement?
Yeah.
We can't talk about oral agreements.
No.
No.
Yeah, Bill Clinton.
Yeah. Gotta put that shit in writing.
All right.
Moving on.
Top of the key. What you got for
me? Stupid. March Madness. My turn?
Your turn.
March Madness, bro. Brackets are busted. You said you filled a couple in this year, ESPN?
I did.
How long did it take for you to realize that shit was a wrap? You got you put any money in this year?
Halfway through day one.
Yep, sounds about right.
I did put money in.
You did? You put some money in on one?
Well, not on the. So I do the FanDuel like live betting and sports betting now. So I do that more than I did brackets, but that's where I put my money this year more so than I did like a pool with people.
How much money do you think you invested in March Madness?
This year?
Yeah.
$60.
That's not bad.
Yeah, because I'm one of those.
That's a good investment.
I don't want to become a gambling problem person.
I love that about
I don't
you.
bet more than $10 a week, if not every other week.
I'm not mad at that.
I give them $20 to $40 a month.
That's beautiful. You're a budget gambler.
I'm a budget gambler.
I love that about you.
Because the moment I'm like putting $200 in, hoping I win $300, nah. That's an issue.
You can keep that.
Math's not
you
good.
can keep that. You can keep that 2 to 3 odds or whatever it is. I don't want that. But no, I didn't fill out a bracket this year. It's practically impossible to me with NIL and transfer portal and all of that stuff. It's really difficult. But upset city, man. I got to give it up to Furman over Virginia, Princetown over Arizona. I did not see that one coming. Nobody did. But not only that, they followed that shit up with a 23-point blowout over Mizzou too. So you can't mess with them nerds. Fairleigh Dickinson.
Fairly Odd Dick.
They beat Purdue. You and I will continue to say this until we are not surprised by this one biticus.
Oh, we've said this multiple episodes.
For sure, we hate Purdue. For sure, Zach Edey.
The moment we watched him live, we knew that they were not a real number one.
They're not a real number one, 100%. Arkansas over number 1 Kansas in the second round. I was not surprised by this either. Arkansas can hoop, and Kansas is missing Coach Self, so that super matters. SEC showing out.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of having a good run, bro. Alabama came in 29-5 as the number 1 seed. They might mess around and win it all. Nate Oates over there is their head coach. Came from Buffalo from 2013, 2019 as the assistant coach and head coach. 3-time tourney champs over there, and then 2-time SEC tourney champs in 21 and 23. Their roster is fire. They got some ballers on this squad, bro. Like I put all the links in here to all of these teams, and they got some super duper players over here, man. They really do. Brandon Miller's averaging 19. Mark Spears is averaging 12 and a half. Noah Callaway's averaging 10. They got a bunch of players shooting 30, 35% from the 3-point line. And this Brandon Miller kid could be a top pick, barring, I don't know if you heard about his incident.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know what NBA owners and aficionados are going to say with that. But for those that don't know, Darius Miles, his teammate, was apparently used a gun that Miller brought him in the shooting of Jamia Jonee Harris. And do you think that Brandon Miller should get to play? He wasn't brought up on any charges. He was actually cleared from what I've been told, from what I saw.
This is that whole. If you're cleared on charges, I think you can play. You know what I mean? Like, to me, like, if you're cleared there, that you have to really read the atmosphere of the state of the team. I think you have a conversation with the team and go, hey, whether you're in on this meeting or you're outside of this meeting, we need to really have an honest conversation if everyone on the team feels that you should be here. So
you think they should have a public meeting? They should have a public, like in front of everybody, like a team meeting.
A team meeting.
Wow.
Like, I think the coach has a team meeting and says, and this probably didn't happen. They probably just decided you're playing because he is who he is. But if I'm the coach, I go, hey, look, this is bad that you were even in on the situation. Just to gauge the atmosphere, we're going to have a meeting to see if the players can trust you and you be around, and that won't be an issue because we're trying to win a championship this year.
I love that about you, bro.
If they want you around, we're here.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Tennessee, 23-10. Thank you for giving Duke the business. I saw Duke fans starting to feel themselves. They're like Cowboys fans to me, drive me freaking crazy. But this Tennessee squad is physical. They're tall. They defend well. They can score on all levels. I really, really like them. Rick Barnes is over there coaching. He's got 779 wins overall, so clearly the man can coach. Been at Tennessee since 2015, 2019 Coach of the Year, 2022 Tourney Champs, and they're kind of my sleeper for the next, like, who can get to the Final Four as one of those seeds that probably has no business getting there. Tennessee can ball, bro.
Tennessee can ball.
They can ball.
Yeah.
We got to talk about Kentucky. Knocked out number 11 Providence, and they lost to Kansas in the second round, 75-69. And you put some very, very interesting things in here.
Yeah.
I filled this in before the Kansas State game, just in case they won that game. I had it in here. They were going to Sweet 16. That would have been 4 teams in the Sweet 16 from the SEC, which would have been crazy.
Yeah.
But you put some very, very interesting stuff in here. Last won a championship in 2012 with AD. Fans are getting impatient. The last 2 years, they got a round 1 elimination and second round elimination. And I asked, how long is Cal's leash?
So the team feels, I was listening actually to Jay Will talk about this a little bit, and the team has just bought into the recruiting, and that's what we've seen over the last 10 years with his team, with Cal's team. They're getting big names.
Yeah.
So they feel good they feel good that the program's okay. Because they're getting big people to buy into this. We're going to give you a platform to get you to the next step.
Okay.
And that's what they've bought into.
Okay.
What that does equal, realistically, is not every year is going to be a winner because we don't have enough time to build chemistry.
I love that.
It just is what it is.
They actually had 6 seniors on this squad.
Six seniors this time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's like, those are the guys that we need probably a couple more years to show what we can do. You would say like each freshman class that comes in, freshman, sophomore class that is coming in to that next year, half of them could be one and done. A quarter of them could be one and done. So
you're saying some of these seniors aren't really that good. They've just been around the program for years.
They've been around the
one
program.
and dones that came in and
have already left. Now they're the
numerous times. They're
at some point we'll start.
That's very, very true.
Right.
And only 21 wins with a squad that's got 6 seniors. Like that's like, you know what I mean?
Because they're still starting the freshmen because the freshmen are that talented.
No doubt.
Kentucky, I think fans just have to understand that this is the product that you're going to get. But he's still one of the most winningest March Madness coaches out there.
No doubt.
So.
Arkansas knocked out number 1 Kansas, as we mentioned, right? They knocked out number 1 Kansas? No,
they lost. Who? What are you talking about?
Arkansas. Who did Arkansas beat? Who did they knock out?
Yeah, right? They knocked out Kansas, right?
Did they knock out Kansas? No. I thought Kansas lost to...
To who?
Did they knock out Kansas? Maybe they did. Eric Musselman, 95 and 41. Dog, Arkansas has been to the Sweet 16 for 3 straight seasons.
Yeah.
They've been to the Elite 8 back-to-back times. Another very physical team and playing great at the right time. This squad truly might mess around and get it done because you go to the Elite 8 twice, you're just waiting for that breakthrough. You're just waiting for that breakthrough. Who did Arkansas beat? I think Arkansas beat Kansas, right?
Yeah,
okay, I was going to say Arkansas beat Kansas.
No, 72-71.
Yeah, bro. Ricky Council is balling. Like, he's a hell of a Robin to, like, they are absolutely a squad. They got 4 or 5 players averaging in double digits. Flat out ball, man. They can truly get it done and make a nice Final Four run. Take a quick break before we hit that wing. Hold on.
Indiana,
Ohio teams. In the tournament, all the teams are out except for Xavier. Purdue's gone. Who else was in there?
Not Ohio State.
Kent State.
Yep.
They're gone.
Yep.
So everybody's out except for Xavier, man. Did Notre Dame make the tournament?
Nope.
No Notre Dame.
Nope. No Notre Dame.
Indiana just got beat by Miami.
Yep.
Both men and women's squads got beat by Miami. Yep. Holy crap, back-to-back days.
But OSU women still in.
Yes, they are. OSU women and Notre Dame are still alive, holding it down in the women's. Brackets are getting busted. What is the best conference in men's college basketball?
Shit. Now, Big Ten was that to me. They're still up there to me. It's between SEC and Big Ten to me.
I was at Boston before the game, and I was watching the Kansas State, whoever they just beat game the other day. Whoever they just beat. They beat a Big 12 team, I believe. But I was watching that, or a SEC team. But I was watching.
They beat Kentucky.
Okay, cool. So I was watching that game the other day at Boston's before we went into the thing. And I was sitting next to 2 homies who were like straight college basketball nerds, early, mid-20s. They just watched college basketball all day. And they were watching Kansas State. Huge fans of Kansas State. And they were explaining to me that the Big 12 is the best conference in college basketball. He's like, pick another one. I was like, bro, you're being way too serious about this. Relax. But if I had to, I would probably say the SEC, since they could possibly have 4 teams in the Sweet 16. And he was not feeling anything that I was saying. But I don't think it's the Big 10 anymore. I definitely don't think it's the Big 10. ACC maybe? I don't know. I don't know. It's a thing.
Who's the Kansas State had a big a star come out?
You know West Virginia's in the Big 12?
I didn't realize that.
Okay, see, I didn't know that either. It's been like 15 years these little nerds were telling me. West Virginia's in the Big 12. Also, can I transition to something else real quick while you're doing this, or are you on this? Rick Pitino to St. John's.
I saw that.
What do you think of him? What's his legacy? What do you think of that guy? Is he slimy greaseball to you?
Yeah, a little slimy greaseball.
Very slimy greaseball to me, dog.
Very Calipari-esque.
Right?
Yeah.
Like do a bunch of dirt and then leave the program and get a new job. Never really answer like the questions. Like very, very slimy greaseball. I don't really mess with you, Rick Pitino.
What was he? Louisville? Was that where he was at? Was he Cardinal? Was he Louisville?
He coached Kentucky. And then he went to Louisville.
Right. Okay.
And then he was just at Iona.
Iona was his
And then
last
now,
one.
because he got caught cheating and they fired him from Louisville for being corrupt and cheating, so he went and got a job in Iona and hid for a little while and, built that program up and then got a new job back at St. John's. Ugh. What are you looking up, dog?
I couldn't find it.
You good?
I'm good.
Taking a quick break. We will be right back after these messages with the 317 Sports Project with Penn Pops.
Yeah.
We're brothers.
This is tasty.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
We are back to 317 Sports Project with Penn Pops, and we're killing it in the top with the Around the World right now. We're going to the wingy, the wing shot splash buckets, NBA injuries. What's going on, bro?
What happened?
We are back with the 317 Sports. No, I was just joking. From the wing, dog.
Yeah. This kind of sparked a little thing, but I'm going to talk about Anthony Davis a little bit. Getting some flack over sitting pivotal back-to-back situations with the Lakers.
Yeah. Okay.
Mandated with the team doctors with the stress fracture that he has in his foot.
Okay.
Now, where this all came from is Lakers played Rockets on March 15th on a second night of a back-to-back, and Davis sat.
Okay.
Now, Lakers win that game. They're in the 6th spot in the West and out of the play-in at that moment.
Okay.
They lose that game because Davis is sitting and LeBron's still out, and then lose to the Mavs the next game.
Oh, so this is this is on the not the next night, the next game. This is the second. Okay, no, you're good. No, you're good. Okay.
And lost on a Davis miscue on his defensive switching.
For real?
Yeah, it was not good. He played in the box and left the three-point open. So last second three-pointer, Mavs actually took that game when Lakers were in the lead.
Oh, Kyrie passed the ball to old boy.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yep. Kyrie actually gave the ball up and made a good play. True, for real.
Lakers now have announced that Davis will play in the final back-to-back of the season against the Jazz Clippers.
That's a smart decision.
My question here.
Oh, there's a question.
What is the line between player safety and playing hard?
My response to that and my question would be, is he hurt or is he injured? And there's a huge difference. Because every single person at the end of this basketball season right now is hurt. Everybody's hurt.
Absolutely.
If he is injured, then I think that you have to take that into consideration. And if it really is an injury, you have to sit him. With that said, you know how I get down. You know I'm old school. Like, strap up and give a homie 20 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is it.
Yeah.
This is so different than game 17. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, we can put you on a minute restriction, like you
100%.
said. Like, hey, this game.
You get 5 minutes a quarter. You get 6 minutes a quarter. 24
Just go out there and
minutes.
affect the game a little bit.
24 minutes total. You
Yeah.
get 6 minutes a quarter. I want to in both games. You know what I mean? Don't sit me for one game. Give me 6 minutes, and now I'm playing one complete game by playing half of each.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, that's what I think.
Here's my other thing.
Oh wow, there's more. Okay.
I got into a little, not an argument, but mainly I listened to Mark, Lakers fan, and Adam, crazy, go back and forth on.
Y'all playing video games?
Yeah, we were playing Call of Duty, and I was literally just on silent listening to them go back and forth. Really, just Adam trying to aggravate Mark the whole time about the Lakers.
Because that's literally who he is.
He's a lawyer.
That
He's
is
a defense attorney.
That is literally
That's
who
what he
he is. For
So
sure.
he brought up, if Anthony Davis is the star that he says that he is, does he sit? Like what? Like, do you you say you're upset about that mandate? Do you say I'm playing?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was getting at. Like, y'all,
Would Kobe play?
Bro, stop it. Like,
Just saying.
Stop it.
But I'm saying that. That break.
Stop it. What broke?
Oh no, that's just
Okay. Stop it. There are so many different levels between Kobe Bryant and Anthony Davis that this conversation isn't even like, just because they both wear a Laker uniform does not make them the same, dog. Of course Kobe is playing 40 minutes.
right. I'm just, if you're mad about that and you want to go act like you're upset about sitting, then don't sit.
Did he act like he was mad about it?
Yeah, he came out and was like, the doctor said I want to be out there. I want to help the team when I can do it. You're saying all these things, then say, no, I'm going to go out there and play.
Oh, that's the same Ja Morant publicist. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nigga, put on a uniform and give me 24 minutes. If you just... This is stupid.
Then play.
6th place to 10th place if you just... Hoop?
Yeah.
Do your job.
Now they're in 11th and they're out of the play-in.
100%.
At the moment. Now, we're talking like this is the end of the season. There's still only about 3 games that separate like 11 to 6.
It's so bad.
But it's not like these other teams are not going to win some of these.
For sure.
So
you guys they might squeak into 7th place.
we have less than a month left of regular season basketball. All of these games are important.
But if they get 7th place right now, they play the Suns. You're not beating the Suns.
Unless KD's injury is still bad, but yeah.
Everybody's hurt.
Right.
All right. Anyway.
But KD also said if this was the playoffs, I'd be playing.
So you can play. I'm so over you people, bro. I'm so over you poos. Corner shot, a.k.a. PJ Tucker?
Yes.
Let's talk about the NFL, my ninja.
NFL free
I'm
agents.
actually excited about this link.
Yeah.
This is going to be dope.
You
Let's
already
go.
have it open? I do have it open.
All right, go.
Some big names. I'm just going to talk about some free agency signings. I'm not going to mention the Colts stuff right now because
We'll talk about that.
We have a different segment for that.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, we know that they did the non-exclusive tag on him. No change there. No contract finish. No trade yet, and that's still something to look at. Will he be traded?
Wow.
Colts is a rumor out there.
No.
So yeah, Derek Carr to the Saints, 4 years, $150 million. We kind of know that one. Saquon Barkley got tagged. We kind of talked about that one.
Did.
I like this one right here. Orlando Brown, offensive tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs, goes to the Bengals,
I love
which is
this
much
one.
needed.
I love this one.
4 years, $64 million.
They took him from Kansas City.
Yeah.
That's so smart.
Yeah. And then Juwan Taylor, tackle for the Jaguars, then gets signed by Kansas City.
Also dope.
To replace. That's good. We know Daniel Jones got his big contract with that. Love to see Jason Kelsey deciding to come back for another year.
We gotta go
one more. So 1 year,
win this.
$14 million for him. He's still that good at center. James Bradbury, CB for the Eagles, gets re-signed. Sadly, no one was able to take him away. Who else we got out there? This is a good one. For the Lions are out here getting a mad defense and stuff. Like
they're balling.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Eagle safety, goes to the Lions 1 year.
They might mess around and win 12 or 13 games next year.
Me and Mark
bro.
were talking about
I'm
that
not
last
playing.
night. Me and Mark were talking about that.
They're a squad.
They are a squad. Evan Ingram re-signed with the Jags. He got tagged there.
It gets kind of weird down here after that, huh?
Yeah, they're Jacoby Myers, cool. Jadeveon Clowney still unsigned which is interesting to me. Jimmy Garoppolo goes to the Raiders, 3 years, $6.75 million. Where's another one? Tony Pollard got re-signed, got tagged with the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott gets released, so he is a free agent.
Who the hell wants that dude?
Right. Rock Ya-Sin, he got his contract and then stopped playing. Rock Ya-Sin, still a free agent out there. We'll talk about that. Von Bell, safety for the Bengals, goes to the Panthers. Panthers are out here doing a bunch of shit. 3 years, $22.5 million. Patrick Peterson
is back, baby.
Patrick Peterson, CB for Vikings, goes to the Steelers. 2 years, $14 million. That's big for the Steelers. They need CB help. So
how young do you think Patrick Peterson is? Early 30s?
He's 32. It has their ages right next to him.
Okay.
Oh, you don't have it pulled up. My bad. Didn't mean to sound like an asshole there.
It's okay. Open your eyes, Dick.
David Montgomery, running back that was on the Bears, goes to the Lions. 3 years, $18 million.
They're doing things.
Juju Smith-Schuster goes to the Patriots.
Who cares?
Don't care. Brandon Graham stays with the Eagles. Odell Beckham still unsigned.
Would you take him?
For a certain price, yeah.
2 years, $10 million?
Yeah, because he came out, I think there's some, I forget what contract kind of fell out, what team. And I want to say it was, I forget what, Adam Schefter had posted something about like the contract and whatever, and almost kind of saying prima donna, and Odell kind of went and tweeted back saying, I'm not saying I want this amount, I'm saying $4 million's not enough. So I think somebody offered him like a 1 year, $4 million prove it deal, which you've been out for almost 2 years now.
Yeah. Somebody should offer him like $2 million, 2 year, $12 million, 6.5 of that guaranteed, $2 million signing bonus, blah, 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 for sure.
Yep. Paris Campbell goes to the Giants. 1 year, $1.7 million. We'll talk more about that.
Fuck.
What is he? Is that about it?
Jalen and Aaron.
Marcus Peters, CB for the Ravens, still unsigned.
Everybody on the Colts team, basically, that we
Jacoby Brissett, just to mention this one, gets a 1 year, $8 million on the Commanders. Good for him.
I would love to see him go back up. I would love to see him go back up Geno in Seattle.
Yeah.
That's what I would love to see for him, because the Commanders is a horrible
other
place.
CB for the Lions, Emmanuel Mosley. He went to the Lions for 1 year, $6 million. I mean,
Detroit is not playing, dog.
They are out here.
Detroit is not
making
playing
stuff. I didn't mention some names, but some names I also don't know. So they say you're in the top 100, but I never heard of you.
I never heard of 100 football players. Is a lot of football players.
Other stuff we see: Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. That happened. Well, it's still pending. It actually hasn't signed it. And I feel like Aaron still has something to do with that, because I feel like he's waiting for the Jets to sign.
Prick.
So narcissistic.
Such a narcissistic prick.
Jalen Ramsey gets traded to the Dolphins. Huge
really
pickup.
good trade.
That's really big. And then Colts trade Gilmore to the Cowboys.
We'll talk about that in a little bit too. You want to really take a quick break, even though we just took a quick break?
No, I'm good.
We're just going to roll right into it?
Yeah, that's fine.
So do I tell them that it's brought to them by Clean Kicks?
Yeah, you know what? We're going to give you a little reminder who we're brought to you by. I'm going to let Penn talk about it real quick.
The 317 Sports Project is brought to you by Clean Kicks, Columbus, Ohio's #1 premium sneaker treatment shoe cleaner service. We are here at Cleaning Kicks, painting kicks, doing ISO restorations, and a bunch of other services. Premium sneaker treatment for premium sneaker heads. Do yourselves a favor and give us a follow over at cleankicks.614 on Instagram. Yeah, that's what's up. Naptown news, baby.
Naptown news.
We're going to get right into it. Indiana Pacers, bro.
Yeah.
We're sitting at 32-40 right now with 10 games to go. We just lost to Charlotte yesterday, and we lost to Philly the other day. We play the Raptors tomorrow. We're 2.5 games back, half a game back of the Wizards for 11th. I put in here the winnable games and the games that we probably could lose and should lose. I had Charlotte as a winnable game.
Yeah.
They
led for 3 quarters.
Right? That you got to win that.
Charlotte is one of those teams. They play at home. They play horrible on the road.
Yes, they do.
they have this tall, weird, lanky team that
They always give us problems.
They give us problems
Always.
because of matchups.
They do.
Gordon Hayward has his random flashes of acting like it's 10 years ago in Utah against the Pacers because it's his indie home team.
He balls.
He balls.
He does.
He's just that crafty veteran guy that like
Knows how to get to his spots.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
still so strong too.
Yeah,
He's so
yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a kind of a trap game because yes, we led for half the time and led like well. Like at one point, I think we're up by 15, but without Halliburton kind of being that other person on there.
Yep.
But Mathurin played. Mathurin came back from injury.
How'd that
starting
ankle
looked great. He had 20 points. Maybe he had a little bit more around 20 points. Looked good on it. Got to the free throw line like normal. Jump shot looked okay. He looked good. Had some bounce.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So 36, 37, 35 wins is still very attainable to me. I always say they can beat anyone when they're healthy and they're engaged. Miami, Atlanta, and Toronto are sitting 7 through 9 right now. NBA play-in. You still got your vision on that? You still got your hopes for that NBA play-in spot, or what do you think?
I think it still would be great for the experience
Just
of
to taste
playoffs
it. Yeah.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen, I'm not like broken up about it, but I think it would be really good for these young guys to just experience what that's like to have just this playoff atmosphere with something on the line.
So for those who you guys, and I agree, so for those of you who don't understand how the play-in works, the winner of the 7 and 8 gets the 7 seed, and then the winner of 9 and 10 plays the loser of the 7-8 game for the 8 seed.
Yes.
So we're sitting a couple of games back of that 10 spot. We get in there and we end up having to play, a Miami and Atlanta or a Toronto who's sitting 7 through 9. Who knows what the heck can happen? There's a lot of basketball to play, but I still believe that, 36, 37 wins is very, very attainable. And if that happens, that's 15 more wins than they had last year. So is that a successful season either way?
Yes. I think it's a successful season.
15 more wins, bro?
Yeah, I think it's a successful season for sure. Because, again, we saw in the start of the season what the potential of the team would be when they said, oh, shit, we could be really good. Because they came out on fire and were like, hey, let's just go out here and hoop.
For sure.
Then they started thinking that they were that good. The team started figuring out like they had to actually play against the Pacers.
For sure. We got to D up for
we have
sure.
to D up, and they got
yeah.
way too many athletic people,
For
and
sure.
like all this Halliburton's like gonna have his like coming out party on Indiana for the his third year. So yeah, I think that we saw what the future could look like.
And Hallie was out for like 10, 12 games at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
That matters big time.
But the great things that we saw, and the biggest what if for me this year was, well, Miles
I knew you were
Turner
gonna say that.
ball out
Yep.
now that he has the spotlight.
He's over here
He
dunking on Giannis, bro.
He did.
You are right.
Yeah.
He balled out. Anything else on the Pacers you got? Any other notes, anything?
No, we'll check in a couple weeks.
Word out. See you soon. Colts news. What's going on with the Colts, brother, man?
Colts, free agency. Like we said, traded Gilmore to Dallas. How do you feel about that one? Does it hurt more because it's Dallas?
Exactly. I love him so much. He gets me. He speaks to me. He understands my soul. Yes.
Yeah.
First T.Y. Hilton, now this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hate that we only got a 5th round pick for him.
thank you.
More so than, he was arguably, he was I'll say top 3 corner from 2010 to 2020. In the 2010s, I'll say that. He's a top corner in the NFL. Had a hell of a season last year. He's one of our bright spots. So why, to me, that was like, we just want to get a trade done. I want to know how many calls you fielded for Gilmore, because I'm surprised that you only got a 5th round pick. 3rd, sure.
Right.
Not a 1st, not a 2nd. I'll take a 3rd for Gilmore if you're trying to unload his 2-year contract.
That is a sincere devalue of Gilmore.
Yeah, because he's going to go out there now because they've got.
They're loaded. Oh, he's chilling.
Who's their other?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That might be the best tandem.
No
there.
doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. So that one hurts. And again, I feel the same way. I hate that it's Dallas. I honestly, even though he's here 1 year, he's probably been one of my favorite players to come through the Colts in a while. So I hope you have another successful season. And it hurts that it's Dallas.
You know why else this hurts my heart? Mm-hmm. It hurts my heart because we just saw Philadelphia retain Bradbury. Mm-hmm. So that basically leaves us with Isaiah Rodgers, Kenny Moore, and some homies I've really never heard of.
Yeah.
So what the heck do we do at DB?
Yeah. Oh, they're going to pick up. Like, I really do think Rock Ya-Sin is a possibility to bring him back. I think I mentioned that down here somewhere.
You really believe that? All right.
I do. I mean, he's 26. He had a hell of a year after being traded for Yannick Ngakoue. I think it's a real possibility that they look at bringing him home on a 2-year, whatever,
$7 million,
something.
Yep. All right. So resigns Taekwon, 1 year, $2.1 million, $500,000 guaranteed. Becomes an unrestricted free agent in 2024, and I guarantee he's gone after this run.
We're finally done with the prove-it deals.
100%. He's had 17. He's had more prove-it deals than we've had starting quarterbacks in the last 7 years.
I'm like, this is got to be the last one.
He is the epitome of the prove-it deal.
Yeah.
EJ Speed, 2 year, $8 million, $3.9 million. Yeah, for sure. 3.9 million guaranteed, 2.9 million signing bonus, 2025 UFA.
I love EJ Speed. If I was picking between him or Okereke, I'm probably going to Okereke.
It's not close.
But Okereke was going to be very expensive.
He got 40 mil, bro.
Yeah. So sure. I get what they're doing because EJ Speed does still have a pretty good ceiling.
Yep.
He's got speed.
See what you did there. Mm-hmm. Ashton Doolin, 2 year, $7.2 million, 3.5 guaranteed, becomes a unrestricted free agent in 2025. You think that's a good sign? You feel good about that?
I feel good for the show because we can still say what you doolin'.
What's he doing? You ain't never like. Yep. Very well said. Big losses. Go ahead, bro. These stink.
Yeah. Bobby Okereke goes to the Giants for 4 years, $40 million, $10 million a year there.
That's so expensive to keep. That was so hard for
Paris Campbell. This one's the one that hurts because to me this is cheap. 1 year. Is that all he got?
1 year for.
Or 4, is that how much he got?
Yeah.
I thought
was
this said
1.7. Oh no. Oh, you got to understand, right? Is it 4.7 mil? Or is it 1.7 mil? I'm pretty sure it's 4.7 mil.
I've got 1.7.
Okay, 1.7 mil.
Yeah.
So what's his guarantee? Is there a guarantee at all?
Maybe that's just not what's part of this.
Okay.
And maybe this is wrong. This is CBS Sports and it says 1 year, 1.7.
No, you're probably right. I could have hit a 1 instead of a 4. See, 3 mil fully guaranteed.
Okay, so CBS Sports is wrong.
3 mil fully guaranteed. I thought I wasn't crazy. There it is. And they got 1 mil, 6.7, 3 mil fully guaranteed.
Cool.
Yeah. That's what I knew I wasn't crazy.
CBS Sports, you suck.
Right? Y'all have typos.
Yeah. So 4.7, we'll take it. That, to me, for how great of a season he had.
I don't disagree.
I think that we could have paid.
Yep. His ceiling is very high.
Very, very high. I would put money on for a few seasons we're going to see Paris Campbell avoiding serious injury.
Yep.
Sprained ankle here, not even that. Like there might be something here and there, like a bang up, blah 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 blah, because everybody has those.
I will say playing outside in the cold in New York is a whole different kind of beast, though.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess
true.
he did it in the shoe. He did it in the shoe. I guess he's kind of used to it.
Yeah, I think that'll be one that we'll be sorry about, even though we'll talk about who else we added down the list here.
Snarf. Good segue. Newbies, defensive.
Oh, Yannick still unsigned. Do we want him to come back? Do we not want him to come back?
Depends on how much it costs.
Thank you. Okay, cool. Keep on going. Newbies.
You know what? I have to say, because of you, I have stepped up my knowledge of the business. And I appreciate you. I pay a lot more attention to that shit because I never did before.
You gotta make really hard decisions when it comes to this cap space and this and you can't just re-sign everybody.
You can't, for sure.
You
in
just
both
can't.
NBA or NFL. That's not how it works. Newbies, you ready?
Yep.
Samson, I don't know how to say his name. There's always a brother I can't say his name.
Ibukam.
There you go.
Ibukam.
3-year, 24 mil. Last year he had 51 tackles, 5 sacks. Good sign. You feel good about it?
Love it.
This feels like, I feel like doing this makes probably no space for Yannick. Or can you have them both?
Because we gave $24 million, probably not.
Right?
Yeah,
I feel like this is kind of like...
This is our Yannick.
Okay.
And here's what I love is that they have DeForest Buckner and him have experience playing together in San Francisco. So you have a chemistry there and how they're playing. They probably only played 1 or 2 years together, but at the same time, they still got it. I like having 2 guys on the line that have that experience together and can kind of like.
I feel like was Gus Bradley in San Francisco? No, he was in Los Angeles. My bad. Go ahead.
So I like that one a lot.
Gardner Minshew.
Hate it.
Okay, let me tell you the only reason that I don't hate it. The only reason I don't hate it, if this is correct, is because he played under the Philadelphia system last year. So whatever quarterback we get, he can help implement shit for him quicker. Yeah. That is my only reason that I don't hate it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
I'm going to put this on the screen.
Oh, my Lord. Please don't put this on this.
But the reason that I don't like this, and I'm just not even going to turn this around, is this picture here. That's why I don't like it. I'll save that for the episode.
Snarf. Minshew, Gardner Minshew.
He has a fire. He has that Baker Mayfield type fire that if he's on your team, you probably kind of like him every now and then because he gets in your face and gets you fired up and stuff. I think I really done broke my case.
But he came in the Philadelphia system. That's the only reason that I think it's okay.
Yeah, he knows the system. I just don't like the man on my team.
Okay. But him and Jim Bob Cooter will be really good friends.
Yeah, again, first and foremost, what is his name?
James Robert Cooter.
Correct. We don't say Jim Bob Cooter on the 317 Sports Project.
James Robert Cooter. Tavin Bryan, 1 year, 3.5 mil, 3.3 mil guaranteed.
I think that's a really, I actually meant to pull up his stuff. I think that's a really good rotational defensive line.
Okay.
Signing.
I don't know anything about him, to be honest with you.
Played on the Browns, right? Is that what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Browns,
Saints, Browns.
2000, he had 11 solo tackles, 150 team tackles. Not 150 team tackles.
That's too many.
That's too many. I don't even know what it says. But 3 sacks as well. So I think it's one of those things. You got him. He was a 29th pick overall from Jacksonville in 2018. Just a good rotational guy to have back there.
Okay.
6'4", 290 pounds.
I'm just not blown away. So I don't know. Okay. So this one surprises the shit out of me. Help me understand this. Matt Gay, kicker, 4-year, $22.5 million. This is his second run with the Colts. He's on our practice squad in 2020. 13 mil guaranteed, 8 mil signing bonus. I don't understand how the hell he was on our practice squad in 2020 and now he's worth $22.5 million. A 5th round pick. Help me understand this.
Because he's been one of the most successful kickers since he left that practice squad on the Rams. Won a championship, hit big clutch kicks. Now, that's me saying this is why he's a good kicker.
Okay.
Do I think that we needed to sign a kicker to the biggest free agent contract a kicker has ever had? No.
Okay. I'm so grateful for this guy to my right in that capacity. I didn't even know that stat. It just felt like a lot of money to give a dude who's sometimes helping the football game.
Who was our kicker that took over for Rodrigo Blankenship last year that we had? He had a very great season. I think that he was consistent. I think he played well. We signed him off of somebody's practice squad or whoever, somebody released him. He had a really, really great year. This was a panic move after 2 seasons of an unsuccessful kicking game, and they're like, fuck it. I don't want the fans to say anything about our kicking game anymore. Let's just go get Matt Gay, who's been really, really good for the Rams, and let's give him a contract. You didn't need to give somebody a kicker 4-year, $22.5 million.
That is so much money
for the largest free agent signing a kicker has ever gotten.
That's so much money. Okay. Wide receiver Isaiah McKenzie, terms have not been released, but he is supposed to come in and replace Paris Campbell. 42 catches, 423 yards, 10.1 average, 4 TDs in 15 games last year.
He is the Wes Welker-esque type on Buffalo the last few seasons. Really quick out of the box, slot receiver, fun to watch, had some big catches. But, I mean, you've had... I mean, it didn't even say this.
His 40 time is a 4.42.
There you go.
Okay, so they called him a speedster, and I'm not disrespectful, but Paris Campbell runs a 4.31. So there's levels to that kind of speed. I don't really even know what else we're to say about that. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say this. If you let Paris Campbell go, I'm glad you got somebody at least kind of similar.
But I wish he ran a 4.3 something as opposed to a 4.5, basically. Right. What's this draft? Updated word on the street. If not Stroud, then who? Do we want Lamar Jackson?
That's it. Those are all questions.
Updated word on the street. I don't really know what the updated word on the street. If not Stroud, if not CJ, then who? I'm fully committed to doing a normal Chris Ballard thing because I don't want dude from Alabama. I don't want Bryce. I don't want Will. I don't want Richardson. I would much rather take Hendon Hooker and just wait it out. But I really want CJ Stroud. So until that's not done, damn it, Frank Reich is like, F you guys. I'm not mad.
He was so mad at getting fired that he did this.
That is such genius
and if
chess.
you don't think that he got them to do this on purpose,
that is chess.
You're done.
That is ultimate chess move.
So,
and no, I don't want Lamar Jackson. I don't. That makes my heart really sad because I don't think anybody wants Lamar Jackson, but I don't want Lamar Jackson.
The only fear that I have got from a trade up scenario to go in front of the Colts again is probably the Raiders not buying in that Jimmy Garoppolo is their future. Which is very feasible.
Very feasible.
And that they try to move up and take the third spot where the Cardinals all are. So then you've got CJ more than likely going 1 unless the rumors could be true because I know the Panthers really, really like Richardson. I just don't think that they can draft him number 1 overall. Texans will not let Bryce Young fall past 2 because he's been number 1 on the board for a really, really long time. Raiders, Will Levis really fits the Raiders type of
everything,
which would leave Anthony Richardson to us at 4. So that would be my fear that if we don't move to 3 where we could at least pick from 2 or 3 of these guys, that would be my fear.
I completely agree, bro.
Or, and again, we'll talk about this, does Chris Ballard do the Chris Ballard and trade back and try to go get Hendon Hooker?
That's just the Chris Ballard doing the Chris Ballard.
Correct.
That's like I wouldn't expect anything other than that.
Yeah.
If you can't get the one you want, then you probably, you know what I'm saying, you don't settle, you probably trade back and you get Hendon Hooker because you got Gardner Minshew to, you know.
I'll say a couple things here. If Gardner Minshew is my starting quarterback to start the season, it'll be very hard for me to
not be a Pacers fan way earlier
than I was this past season. It'll be very, very hard for me to want to watch the offense. I might wait until they get recorded and then choose my NFL ticket to say defensive plays only.
If Gardner is the starting quarterback.
Because if you think about that, that could be very feasible if they do trade back to go get Hendon Hooker,
bro.
And say, Hendon, we know you're technically ready to go at the start of the season.
Very feasible.
We're going to have you sit
for the first 4
and see where your knee's at.
100%.
Learn from Gardner Minshew. I won't watch the first half of the season if that is that scenario. Just know that I won't talk about it. I don't want to talk about the Colts updates on the show. I'll let you probably run those.
You're going to be silent. You're going to be mute during Naptown News, Colts section.
Just not talk about that part. I'll chime in when they talk about the Pacers.
He's going to say,
Yep. Awesome. Cool. Next, we good? Okay. That's all you'll get from me. I won't do it.
Okay. All right. Damn, that makes me sad because Gardner really might mess around and start a couple of games and start the season next year. He really might. You ready to move on?
Fine print.
Fine print. Here we go. Bro, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm over Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to read all of the stuff that I put in there, but like the narcissistic, long hair, hide in the cave, come out, which team do you want to play for? I am over Aaron Rodgers.
I'm so happy you said narcissistic today because I was in the car listening to probably Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. And I was listening to them talk about Aaron Rodgers, and I literally said out loud, what a narcissist, because of this untouchable facade that he has put on for the public eye on, this ego. It is really, really hard to hear, hard to see. To me, as good as he is, he's a waste of talent.
It explains to me why people leave. You know what I mean? Like I get it. I get it. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say. It drives me crazy. Anything else on that?
I'm fine to move on from that. I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to give him any more airtime than he already has.
F that guy.
Yeah.
What's going on with this next one?
I wanted to bring this up. I actually had this in the PJ Tucker. I moved it just because.
Snarf.
So I had this there, and I said, coaching in today's atmosphere. Wanted to kind of see what you thought on, and this is open discussion. I don't really have like bullet points or anything like that.
Okay.
How hard it would be to coach in today's atmosphere with cancel culture, mental health, sensitivity, social media. What do you think? Like,
what level?
That's a great question. I'll say college and above.
I think that it's easier to compare high school and college than it is to compare the NBA, because high school and college is somewhat synonymous. Because, bro, these children have a brand at like 12 years old now.
Yeah.
They have a social media brand at 12 years old. The way that these children are getting coached, and I call them children because they're children to me. The way that these kids are getting coached now, like the coddle and I don't know, man. I hate to feel and talk like that old head, but it is so different, man. It's so different. I feel so bad. I know I talk about NIL and transfer portal, but all this other stuff that you put in here is even more eye-opening than ever, because sensitive. Like you can't Bobby Knight these kids no more. No,
and I think what I put here next, and I said, what's the mix of hard coaching and good leadership? And
it's a hell of a question,
right?
Yeah,
because these days, and it's harder for the older coaches. You have to be able to do both, which takes a special breed of person. Not everybody can do both.
Nah, man.
So getting people to be coaches and be good coaches is a little, to me, harder to find, because the hard-ass coaches, which used to be the way, right? You used to have to be the...
You had to scare these fools.
You had to scare them,
intimidate them, and scare them into, like, for sure.
Exactly.
For sure. Coached by fear.
And there's some... You'll hear old heads kind of talk about, like, that's how I got coached. I respected my coach because he got in my ass and blah, blah, blah. The kids these days, when I think about coaching in general...
I feel like they almost think they don't need to be coached.
Right.
So is that fair?
Yeah, for sure. There's those egotistical kids out there because, yes, they're talented but raw, and like, how do you put it all together and not just one facet of your game and this, and how do you put it all together and understand what the business will be because you have the talented, all of that
You
stuff.
got to play defense.
Yes. Not the Lonzo Ball waiting and cherry picking when he was out, in high school. That I watched that resurface of him just sitting at the half court line waiting, and then when they got the rebound, he was already down there making a layup. I'm like, you son of a bitch. It'd be tough to be a coach to me in this day and age, because you have to have moments of both. You have to have moments of both, and almost explain why you're going to be a hard ass in moments, and hope that you relay the information correct so your team listens to you the right way. Like it's really tough, and and parents these days, if you go high school, I hear it from
Tink and
Adam all the time on how hard that is, because they have been coddled all the time, and the parents who have done the coddling, who think that their kid's the second coming, that is almost worse than dealing with the kids.
Wow.
And the emails they get of why you're not playing him more, why are you this, or why is he not in the rotation, and you have to like stay out of it. You don't understand how I'm coaching.
And now on that point right there, one of the biggest differences is, why is my kid not playing more? Now it is, I'm going to take my kid out of here and transfer him somewhere else, as opposed to making my kid work harder to earn a spot.
I'll give you an example, and because I don't think they'll see this and it'll be an issue. When, you know what, I'm not going to bring that example because that could be seen, and I don't want the people to get involved.
He gonna tell me off site. Now. I can't wait.
I won't do that, because that was actually a big thing, and it involves a big Ohio name, and I won't bring that up on the kid of that person. So I'll say that off of record. But yeah, I can't imagine trying to be a coach now, especially in high school, but even going into college, because especially the young kids in college, the freshmen and sophomores, I know it's better. You have to be able to be a good leader instead of a good disciplinarian. You have to be able to do a little bit of both.
What is the percentage of college kids these days that come in that you think are going to leave in the first 2 years versus staying for 3 or 4? Like, what percentage of those kids you think is, I'm going to be there for 1 year, 2 years, and I'm out?
I would say, I still think that's under. If you think about, only 60 kids get drafted, right?
Sure.
Right? Sure. Yeah. Then you go to the undrafted portals, the G leagues, of this, play overseas. I would say, and you think about how many colleges are out there, I still think that it's like between 20 and 30%, but that's high. I don't want that to sound low. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying how many do come out. I'm saying how many think that they're going to. Oh, a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought you meant do.
No, not how many do come out. How many of these kids come 50%. Into the programs? The Tennessees, the Kentuckys, the UNCs, the blah, blah, blahs, the big programs. How many of these recruits that are coming in think within the first 2 years, I'm out of here?
A lot of them.
Right?
A lot of them.
So when that doesn't happen, they think I'm transferring somewhere else because this is a them problem.
Correct.
Right? You feel me? Yeah, man, that's tough.
Tough. So trying to keep kids to stay. So this is the cycle that Kentucky's gotten into.
Do they make them stay longer now that they have NIL? Do they do that in the deal, that if you get an NIL, like, do they do it to where they make them stay longer because they're getting paid now?
Now, here's the thing that you're forgetting. I believe it's next year.
Yo, you can. That's just done.
You don't have to play the 1 year.
Oh, that's just done. Yeah, that's just done.
What will that, now you have NIL and do that and have that.
Remember Sebastian Telfair?
I do remember Sebastian Telfair.
There's about to be so many more Sebastian Telfairs than ever.
Many. He had so much potential.
You need to go to college.
Correct.
If you go play 4 years in a Big East school, you're going to come out at 22 and be a dog.
Celtics, is that where he was first? I mean, obviously, it then got moved around a bunch, but Celtics was first.
Sebastian Telfair. Brought to you by the 317 Sports Project with Penn Pops.
I think that's how we'll wrap up the show.
That's how we'll wrap up the show.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. We got some March Madness stuff coming up. When is this mock draft? It's pretty soon, huh?
Shit, yeah.
Right?
Draft is April 25th through the 27th, something like that.
So not this next episode, but that next episode. Yes, mock draft is coming with the boy POPS. I get to sit here and chill and watch him do what he does. Actually, I may have some more to implement this time, but I'm very excited for his mock draft. I love that.
We might each do a mock draft. How about that? Instead of me doing 2 scenarios, why don't you do one, I'll do one.
Because you're just so much better than mine. This is like, why would I do that? It's like a super duper artist painter coming in and then like his kid coming in and painting. It's like different level.
Should be on a sled.
Should be on a sled. I got stick figures. Nigga, you got Picasso. I'm good.
I got you.
I'm gonna smoke J's and watch you do what you do.
And that's what we'll name the episode: Stick Figures and Picasso.
We love y'all so much, man. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. See you guys on Friday. Holla.
Cause I was like 2 years old, first time I heard a beat drop. Yeah. And by 3 years old, I'm learning how to beatbox. Yeah. 4 or 5 years old when I'm putting on the 45s. Final. Needle to the groove, I'm scratching up the sweet spots. Homie from the East Block, a Naptown where the fiends flock. Skip school all day, mama couldn't keep watch. Fresh fade with the Reeboks. Man, nah, nigga couldn't tell me nothing. I'm so sick in my own lane, preteen, pimping all the light skin, red bone loving. Boombox on with the headphones bumping, dreaming to find my niche. Cause I ain't really know back then when I picked up my first notebook and a black pen. That little nigga with a rhyme like this. I wasn't thinking to the days of a dope band, new EPs on a compact disc. Nah, shit, truth be told, I ain't know I could sound like this. For me back then, it was
all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream.
And this shit right here be the proof dreams do come true. And this shit right here be the proof dreams do